All right, Big Bang. Today is Thursday. It's May 8th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Today I'm joined by one of Barstool's newest hires. His name is Mike Katic. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. How many months has it been?
Started May 1st, so 2 months, just over 2 months. Or March 1st.
March 1st. Okay, this is May 1st. That's like
No. Yeah.
like 5 days old.
No.
Well, I'm excited to get into it. I kind of want to hear this whole story. You have a unique situation, obviously, with playing football at Indiana and foregoing the NFL.
Yeah.
So we'll get into all of it. But before we do, though, I want to talk about this can of Ghost that we have on our desk, Mike. Have you been getting in on the Ghost action since you've been here?
Loving it, dude.
Yeah. That straw bango in front of you.
Haven't tried this one either.
Really good. It's exclusively sold at Circle K now.
Okay.
I got the orange cream in front of me. We got a bunch of peach ones I saw.
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into that. And the brand new lemonade iced teas.
Mm-hmm. Tried that. Jacob had one out there.
Oh, he did?
Really, really
It's
good.
going to be big in the summer.
Yeah.
Big. So listen, like I said, go get that straw bango. It's perfect. It's got that duo of fresh strawberry paired with sweet and sour mango for a crisp and refreshing flavor for any occasion. Like all other Ghost Energy, fully transparent, fully loaded, feel-good energy, zero sugars, no artificial flavors, 200 milligrams of natural caffeine, and it is now sold nationwide at Circle K stores, and it's here to stay. So go grab it. Mike, is it crazy to you, like how often do you sit there in bed and be like, I was just in the college football playoff like a couple months ago?
Pretty often.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, and I'm so happy I got to experience like a really, really good football team for my final year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, in 2019 we were good. We were 8-4 regular season. Then we lost in the bowl game to Tennessee, but like I wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2020 COVID, so it was a little weird year. I got my first start in that Penn State game when the Michael Penix reach out. That was unbelievable, and I didn't find out I was starting until the night before.
Yeah.
And then so it's such a good feeling that I left Indiana. Probably the best season that Indiana's ever had in its entirety. So it makes me feel good. Was a captain last 2 years, so it's just being able to look back and think like, I had a big part of the playoff team. It's pretty cool.
And you're from Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah.
And then it was always like, hey, I like IU, or what were the
No, so recruiting. So I was good in high school as a 3-star recruit. Really good high school. We won the state championship my junior year, and a lot of my teammates were getting recruited. Like Phil Jerkovic was a quarterback. He committed to Notre Dame, one of the best quarterbacks in the class. And then my right tackle also committed to Notre Dame. So like there was a lot of presence at workouts, at practices of these big time colleges, which was good exposure for me. But I didn't really get recruited big time until after we won the state championship my junior year. I put out film, and Akron was my first offer, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. And my only Big Ten offers were Rutgers and Indiana. And funny story, one of my really good family friends, Tom Pulse, was a really big time fullback for Indiana back in the 80s. And he was like, dude, just go check it out. Like, you don't have to, because I was going to commit to Syracuse. Like, I was full in on Syracuse. I wanted to commit the next day I visited, and Mr. Pulse was like, just go check it out. You don't but just do it for me. I just want you to check it out. And I got on campus. Coach Hiller was the O-line coach. Coach Allen was the head coach. They set me up. So like how like visits work is, if there's a guy they really, really want, they'll give the older guys to him. So like they gave me to like the 3 best O-linemen on the team. Went out to lunch. They now I can say it, but we were driving back from lunch, and he was like, when one of the guys was, all right, so drink beer, you chew, anything like that. And I was like, yeah, all the above. And so he got me a case of beer. He had a bunch of the O-linemen over, a bunch of teammates, and it was unbelievable. I just fell in love with the place, not just because of the beers and stuff. But the coaches were awesome. The players were awesome. And the campus is so beautiful. If you ever have a chance to get down, I've been to
Kilroy's. I've done it all.
I pretty much, that's my second home, Kilroy's. But yeah, I got recruited there. I came back the next day. I committed. Had a great senior year of high school. I early enrolled, so I got there January 1st of 2019. So I got an early extra semester than everyone else coming in my class. And it was incredible.
Didn't that kind of suck to lose that last semester with the high school boys?
It did. Oh, absolutely. I had FOMO out the ass, man. It was bad. Like,
Yeah, dude, you're getting their ass kicked in the weight room.
Yeah,
and all just like,
and they're all partying and enjoying their last semester of senior year of high school. But that did give me a leg up big time on everyone else coming in later. I was my strongest like my freshman year, and I could give that credit to like that first semester.
Yeah.
And just being able to get the extra semester of lifting and running and conditioning, and not only that, but building relationships like with teammates and the older guys as well was I wouldn't take it back. I would do it all over again.
Okay, so
yeah.
you're happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so Syracuse, what else? Power 5, Power 4 now, I should say.
Yeah, Pitt. I hated Pitt.
Really?
Yeah.
That feels like
growing up there, but let me
explain.
explain why. So growing up a Pittsburgh kid, you always think like the hometown school should recruit hometown kids. Like that's just that's how everyone saw it. And
oh no, it's here too.
Yeah,
people get on DePaul a lot for not getting high school hoops.
I don't understand it, and it's just like if I'm a hometown kid and I grew up a Pitt fan, I grew up a Pitt and Penn State fan. And Coach Narduzzi never recruited me. They recruited me a little bit. They were like, come to camps. If you come to a camp, we'll offer you. And I went to a camp, didn't get an offer. And then, so I committed to Indiana in June of 18. They didn't offer me until May of 18. So a month before I wanted to commit. And it was just too late, too little. And I don't want to get into too much because, there's a lot of behind the scenes recruiting stuff that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
But they didn't treat me that well after I told them I committed to Indiana. And so I have a sour taste in my mouth with Pitt.
From Pitt?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's a bummer. But also, like, you kind of see it too. And especially now, knowing what I know, and I wasn't recruited at all. But you do kind of want to break out of your shell and go somewhere else.
Yeah, and I'm so glad I did. Yeah. I'm so glad because I love Pittsburgh. I love being home, but there's a type of feeling like getting away from home and like disassociating with everything and just like being in a new place with new friends. It's a really cool spot. Yeah,
not to get off on a sidetrack though, but I was reading something that Pitt could be one of like the best college football schools ever. Like I think they are going to have more Hall of Famers.
Oh,
than like
100%.
SEC schools.
The O-line that come out of Pitt, like Bill Fralick, to name. I mean, I'm blanking right now.
Aaron Donald, Larry Fitzgerald, Dan Marino, like you name it.
It's truly
and we're missing
some reason.
There's so many. Like it's crazy.
It is crazy.
If you get a chance, look up Pitt's like whole depth.
Yeah,
it's a powerhouse for a school that you would never think.
Exactly.
All right, Bloomington. That's awesome. I got to say, too, I don't know your feelings on Tom Allen, but we had him on the show one time.
Oh, really?
I fucking loved him.
He's a great dude. Yeah.
Loved him.
I love Coach Allen, and everyone asked me, like, it's just him and Coach Sig are, like, two totally different people.
Yeah.
And I will always love Coach Allen for, doing what he did with me for my first 5 years of college. And, he had some troubles in the second or third and fourth year that I was there. And but he always kept that same positive mindset. He was always he loved Indiana because he grew up here. He grew up in Indiana, and he was a big high school Indiana coach. And then he got that opportunity, and he took every day like with a grain of salt, man. And he just loved it, and I respect him for that.
Yeah, like that. I love this story. Like I loved his energy. He was on the show.
Yeah.
You could have some people on. You could have some guests that are just duds.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, Indiana football. Like a guy named Tom Allen. The whole interview, I was just fighting myself not to say Tim Allen, and like insult him. And we all came away from that interview like, I fucking love that guy. I am a bigger Indiana football fan because of him.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he was awesome. So I was really bummed when things didn't work out. But
he's a DC at Clemson now. He's
good.
Chilling. Yeah, he's
good. I hope he gets another opportunity somewhere. If he wants it.
Yeah.
I don't know if he might be just kind of like I'm chilling. But I was a big fan. Were you guys sour that Penix left? Because at that point, that was the Indiana football team.
I know.
Everyone loved you,
I
that
know.
team.
I know.
That was a COVID year, right? You guys
Yeah.
went like what, 7-1 or something?
We went 6-2,
6-2.
And we got screwed out of a New Year's Six bowl, and like people were like, it was a pretty big deal. Like we were supposed to be in the Fiesta Bowl in Arizona, and then we got shafted down to like the Outback Bowl is still a really good bowl in Tampa, but we should have been in a bigger bowl. And then it was announced that we were playing in the Outback Bowl, and people just immediately shut off. They were like, oh, like, and then you had kids like checking out, not really practicing hard, didn't want to play in the game.
Yeah.
Like we had to have a team meeting of like kids, like it was half and half. Like we were about to like not play in that game.
Really?
Because kids didn't want to. Like they were just like, they were checked out. They wanted to be in a bigger bowl. And
Who did you play in that Outback?
Ole Miss.
And who would have been who like stole your spot, if you could remember?
It was like someone that really shouldn't have been there, but Oregon and someone else. But yeah, and then we played that game, we lost, but like it was just our team was divided, and like it's never good for that to happen, obviously. And yeah, it just wasn't. And then after that, a lot of our coaches got picked apart, like going to bigger spots and things like that. And then the 2021 year when we went 2-10 was abysmal. Yeah. Oh, I was like, leading up to that point, I never had like mental. I never thought like depression was a thing. Like I didn't think like mental health. Like I didn't look at it at all. And we were 2-8 or something going into the last 2 weeks, and I was like, Mom. I called my mom. I was like, I'm done playing. I was like, Mom, I quit. This shit sucks. I'd walk out to Tuesday. Let me break this down for you. So we'd get our ass kicked on Saturday.
Yeah.
Sunday was off. Monday would be film and a lift. And Tuesday, full pads, middle of November. And you're just like, I don't want to be here. You don't want to, and then you have coaches coming up to me like, oh, come on, like you gotta be here. I'm like, fuck. Like I don't even want to, this shit sucks. And I would call my mom after practice. I'd be like, Mom, I'm fucking done with this shit. I will go be a cabinet maker like my dad. I'll go take over the business or something. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
And she's like, stick it out, every month. Stick it out. You got this, Michael. Come on, just do it. And then I went home got our ass kicked the next 2 games, went home for winter break. And then I got away from it, and I was like, okay, let me take a deep fucking breath here. Everything's going to be all right. That's when I was a redshirt sophomore. So then going into 2022, we had some new coaches, strength coaches, things like that. I'm like, all right, like we're getting recruits. Things are looking pretty good. And 2022, same thing. We go 3-9. I'm like, holy shit.
Were you as upset, or did you see?
No, I wasn't as upset as 2021, because like all my life I've been a winner. Like all my teams I've been on win. 2019, 2020 college, I'm like, oh, like we're gonna be winning. Like this is good. We made 2 bowl games.
What was your record 2019?
8-4. 8-5 after we lost to Tennessee in the Tax Slayer Bowl.
Okay, so 8-5, and then
6-2, which is for Indiana like
really good.
Really good.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, good. Like let's go. 2021, 2-10. Boom, dagger.
Yeah.
3-9, 2021. Boom, dagger. I'm like, fuck. We're losing to Purdue. I'm like, dude, and then 2024 or 2023, we get 2023 we get a new coach, O-line coach.
Yeah.
And he comes from Wisconsin, coached in the NFL for a couple years. Like, dude, like when I tell you the standard was like, it was a shock to everyone.
Yeah.
He'd walk into a meeting and everyone shut up, notepads out, watching film. He wouldn't, no jokes, no nothing. And it and we would do thousands and thousands of reps. Like with our old coach, I love Coach Hiller. He was more of a personable guy. He'd come in, we'd joke around, we'd go out on the field, and we'd do reps and we'd work hard, but nothing like Coach Bostad would walk in and be like, all right, this is what we're doing today. And if you didn't do it, like he was like destroying you. But we needed that. We needed a kick in the ass. Like, we needed a guy to come in and motherfuck us. And then we go out, and we had one of the worst O-lines in 2022 and one of the better O-lines in 2023. So, and then...
Was it virtually the same guys?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We didn't even have many transfers at that point. And then Coach Allen and the whole staff gets fired. Coach Sig comes in after 2023, and he only keeps Coach Bostad, my O-line coach. And so I declare for the draft. I'm like, I'm done. Like, my time in Indiana, like, I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
I knew that I was definitely going to be undrafted, but I just wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to leave college. Like, I was ready to go. And that's when Coach Sig did his whole, like, Google me, and then he went to the assembly hall and said, fuck Michigan, fuck Ohio State, fuck Purdue. And I saw that, and it fired me up, but I was still like, okay, and I'm done. And then it's so crazy, like, to think about this, but, like, fate had me come back. Like, so I was talking.
You were already there for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
And you played in all 5 seasons?
Not
you
19. I redshirted, but up to that point, I started 37 games.
A lot of games.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 seasons playing, 1 season redshirt.
Yep. And then, so I was supposed to sign with an agent the night of December 27th. That morning, I get a call, just out of the blue. I haven't talked to the coaches, any of the coaches, in a month. Out of the blue, I get a call from Coach Bostad. He's hunting in a tree stand. And he's like, hey, dude, like, I'm just throwing this out there. Like, you don't, like, I know you already declared for the draft. Like, this is what you want to do, but we don't have a center. And you snapped the ball a lot last year. You played center in 2022. Like, I trust you to play center, and you could snap the ball. There is a spot open. And I go, I was like, I'll tease it. I'll entertain the idea. And then he goes, all right, I'm going to get you on the phone with Sig. Sig FaceTimes me, and he gave me his whole pitch. He's a winner. Everywhere he goes, he wins. The standard he holds us to. He told us about practice and how that is, the format. Everything was looking good. And then he threw out the NIL. And then I was like, okay, I really would be such an idiot if I said no to this.
Yeah.
Like, it was, and then my mom and dad were at work. I was at home in Pittsburgh, and I actually didn't even call them first.
Really?
I called my buddy who the day before was like, dude, like, just hypothetically, like, what would the number have to be for you to come back? And I told him the number, and I called him. I go, dude, remember that number I said yesterday? They just threw that at me. And he goes, you're fucking kidding me? And I was like, yeah, dude. And he freaked out. I freaked out. I was like, looks like I'm going back for another year. Called my parents. They always wanted me to go back because they love the RV. They love the tailgating life. They take the RV every single weekend. And so I told them, and my mom started crying. My dad's like, hell yeah. Like, I get to go drink for another 13 weeks in a row.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's kind of the story of, like, my first 6 years, not including this past season. But.
So because I think a lot of people are curious about NIL.
Yeah.
Like, was it like a trust, or can you get into that, or was it like businesses, or?
So we have a collective. So every school has a collective, and people raise money into that collective, and that collective goes to all the NIL athletes. So how I understood it, I don't want to give, like, I want to say anything that I shouldn't for Indiana, but, like, how that collective works is, like, if the head coach wants a guy, he'll talk to the athletic director, president, and then they will talk to the collective. How much can we, blah, blah, blah. And they throw out a number. If all parties agree, then that's kind of the number you get, I think, like, vaguely. I don't want to get too much into it. But it's a pretty cool deal. Like, it's just the collective, and that collective pays out the people. And it's just, it's a money that I got wired. And
one lump sum, or was it like you got paid on Friday?
Half.
Okay.
So I got a half in February of last year, and then I got my second half after this past season.
Oh, so you just got it in, like, January?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, you can do whatever you want with, like, it's just, but you obviously have to pay taxes on it.
Yeah.
And everything, but yeah.
And this was the first year, obviously, you guys had that opportunity.
This was the first year I didn't get paid. Like, we had that opportunity for the last 4 years or so, but I wasn't making. I mean, I was an O lineman on a 4-8 football team. Like, I wasn't making shit.
Yeah.
And then Sig comes in, and people are really starting to donate and believe in football.
And there was more of the pot to split there.
Exactly.
So, like, you don't got to give me the exact sum, but what are we talking? Like 5 figures, low 6 figures, like what?
6.
Okay, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's great. Like, that's like, whoa. Like, this is a no-brainer.
Especially for an O lineman. Like, quarterbacks are making
crazy,
7 figures.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
So are you guys like fucking balling out?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, not me. So you're gonna love this shit, dude. And every like I love partying, man. like sometimes in this, and I want everyone out there to realize, like, I worked my ass off the whole week.
Yeah.
So that I could win a game on Saturday and go party afterwards. Like, I loved a noon game. You wake up, you play. 4 o'clock, there's a Miller Lite in my hand. I'm at my parents' RV. All my boys are there. Like, I want you to picture this. You play. It's homecoming. You play Nebraska. I walk out for the coin toss. It's a noon game. You guys were there. Barstool was there.
Yeah.
And I go shake my hand, and this guy on Nebraska, number 9, he got drafted somewhere, but he goes, "Number 0's coming for you, bro." And I literally said, because I don't get into like I'm a very level-headed guy. I go, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, nice, dude. We hang 56 on these guys. 56-7, we beat them. All my friends are there. We go to my parents' RV. There's just 10 coolers full of beers, drink coolers. Then we go out to the bars. I have a table service. All my friends. I mean, it's like the town. Like, people are coming up to me, recognizing me. This has never happened in my career.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like a perfect Saturday. Like, I love playing football so that I can party afterwards. Like that's I love playing football.
Yeah.
But I practice all week and work my ass off so that I can enjoy it.
And you weren't just enjoying the game; you were enjoying the whole Saturday.
Oh my God! Some days I would enjoy the post game more than the game itself. Yeah. That's just me, though. Like, it's just the O-line. Like, we just love drinking beer, man, and we love playing ball and hanging with the boys.
Did you buy anything stupid? I mean, I know it's not like a fucking rookie contract where you're making millions, but like, I'd imagine a lot of these kids with 20-year-old brain.
Oh yeah,
are like
guys will buy cars and a lot of shoe clothes, but I pretty much everything I spent my money on were table services at bars. Like, I was like, I'll use my money for memories with my friends more than I'll pay just for a pair of shoes and some clothes or a car.
Yeah.
Because, like, I can get all that stuff, but I would rather have 10 of my guys in town from out of town, and we're like, we got a bar, we got a service, people getting us bottles.
Yeah, you're an experienced guy.
Exactly.
I'm with you, dude.
Exactly.
I'm the same way.
So, I mean, dumb things. Like, I gave my parents a good chunk of money.
Yeah.
Just for giving back. I just wanted them, to enjoy some time. My dad got a smoker with the money. My mom, was shopping with it.
Smoker, that goes towards the tailgate.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And so, I gave them a good chunk. But yeah, it's great. I mean, it's pretty cool having that much money as a college kid.
Yeah.
You can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah. And is it just like, if you walked in, is it just like all these tables are all like football players on NIL now?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the times, like, if you see
or Ella Griff,
if you see,
with her dad's credit card.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you see a pod of athletes on a table, it's usually from the NIL money.
Yeah. That's a lot of people ain't talking about that. The
No.
NIL money is like boosting the economy when it comes to college bars.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's sweet, dude. That honestly, just the way you speak about that had me fired up.
Oh.
And I just couldn't imagine how fun that last season was.
It was the best year of my life.
Yeah.
We're like, I'm talking from January to December, it was the best year of my life. Like,
I think you could say that definitively too.
Oh,
Like
100%.
you won a state championship. That was probably a great year.
Yeah.
But it wasn't better than
It
that
wasn't. It wasn't table services. It wasn't beer with the boys. It wasn't going 11-1 in the regular season and your only 2 losses come to the champion and the runner-up.
Year. Yep.
It's fucking awesome, man. It's got me like, I'm just
Fired up
thinking
now.
about it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
This dude, like, because to get back into it, sure, Sig calls you and you're fired up.
yeah,
There's obviously some sense of belief besides the money.
yeah,
And, you know, you're thinking good would be like a 2020, 2019 kind
Exactly.
of good. You're not thinking, holy shit,
No.
we're going to make the college football playoff.
no.
Was there a sense in the middle of that year of like after the games, you look around, you're like, how do we keep winning? Or was it like-
100%.
yeah, there was.
Because I didn't know, like,
Yeah.
I wasn't, because everyone that came from JMU, like, they're used to winning 9, 10, 11 games a season. No one's ever done that in Indiana history.
Yeah.
No one ever has won 10 games.
And how many kids came from JMU?
Probably 20.
Oh, damn.
A
So
lot.
they really came over.
And all the coaches. Yeah.
Did you guys mesh pretty well?
So quick. Like, they were just like us. Like, it was just.
That's huge.
And I think I tell everyone this, like, people are like, what was it? Like, was it the coaches? Was it like, what was it? I go, it was the locker room. Like, how close everyone was. I mean, and I hate to take credit for, I'm not, but like every week I would text in our O-line group chat and we would do something. Either come over to my house, we'll drink beers on a Saturday, or we'll go get dinner somewhere. And so me and another guy got a good chunk of change, and we would pay for meals. Like, that's another thing I would do. Like, it's experience thing. Like, we'd go to a place 18 linemen deep, and me and this other guy would just cover. Like, we would just pay for everyone's
Yeah, I
food.
think
Like,
I'm okay with you taking credit for being a 6-year senior and helping the locker room fucking, you know,
And, like,
a
we would-
cohesive unit.
and we would host like beer Olympics. We'd host O-line case races.
Yeah.
Like, it was just such a like, and that happened in every group. D-line had a guy that would have everyone over. Linebackers, safeties, corners. So it was, and then we would come into the locker room on game days, and everyone would be hanging out with everyone. Like, in my first 5 years, like, it would be a little weird if like an O lineman went and hung out with a safety. Like, it's just like, it doesn't happen that often. Like, but I could go over to any safety. They'd call me Unk. They'd say, "Hey, what up, Unk?" I'd be like, "What's up, Neff?" And we would just mesh, dude. It was a really cool thing.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like there wasn't like a. Obviously, you guys believed in yourself to get
Yeah.
where you were, but there was a sense of like, holy shit, we're even surprising ourselves here.
Yeah. So after the Northwestern game, we were going into the bye week. We were 6-0. We were the first team in the country to be bowl eligible. And I was like on the ride back, like, guys, this is fucking insane. We're 6-0, and we have a bye week, and then we go play Nebraska at home for homecoming. I was like, dude, this is insane. I looked around, and like, there was more red in the stands than there was purple. Like, and we played on that shitty field. I'm going to Northwestern on Friday.
Oh, dude, awesome.
Yeah,
We got a lot of friends up there.
yeah,
And,
and we're shooting a new series, but
awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited for it to.
and
see that.
I love you Northwestern, but the field we played on, you guys probably know
It was
too.
last year, right?
Not good.
I went to their game versus Duke. It's a Friday night.
Not good.
It's not good, but it's cool because
With
it's
the-
temporary. It's
I
right in the
agree. I can
lakefront.
agree with that,
Yes,
but
it feels like a high school stadium.
I can, yeah,
So, like, yeah, there is some charm that I liked as a fan.
that's fair.
Sure, like, you play in the big house.
Yeah,
Versus that, you're probably like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
this? But for me, and knowing it's temporary and being a fan, it's like, this is Friday Night Lights.
that's fair. But I will say the turf was terrible because it was just like I think it was a soccer. Was it a soccer field? Is it the soccer field? Or
I think it was at one point.
Yeah, so the turf just wasn't great. It was super thin and like, but after the game there was so much red in the stands, and I'm like sitting back like, okay, dude, we're 6-0. Like, people are starting to really believe in Indiana football. And then we go on to win another 4 before we lose to Ohio State, and then it's like, I mean, going into that Ohio State game, they were 9-1, we were 10-0, I think. Yeah, because they lost to Oregon. Game day was there, and like, it was just incredible, man. You look around, and then what? We got our ass kicked, but yeah, it was cool.
Was so Sig, like, he's the real deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone asked me, and I'm like, dude, like, it's hard to even explain because like you would have to experience it to really understand.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it's like his pregame speeches, dude. If you were in that locker room, like I was ready to like I would be on a knee, like punching the dudes next to me, like ready to go, like in a smelling salt.
Yeah.
I was ripping smelling salts. I'd be like elbowing my teammates. I'd be like, dude, this is like, I'm like, oh man. Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're still very optimistic about the future of
Yes.
Indiana football.
Yes.
And
100%.
Did you guys graduate a lot of guys?
A lot.
Yeah.
But 3 All-Americans are coming back. D'Angelo Pond's corner, Aiden Fisher linebacker, and then Mikhail Kamara, the D end. And then we graduated a lot of O linemen, so we brought in Pat Coogan from Notre Dame. Zen, I don't know how to say his last name, but he came from Ohio State. And then got some other transfers. But Khalil Benson came back. He transferred to Colorado for last year and then came back to Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a good core there. It's just, and then we got Fernando from Cal. So I'm really excited. And what I tell everyone is like Sig's gonna get the guys ready. Like Sig's gonna, it's a mindset thing. Like he switched my mindset of like, okay, dude, well, Indiana, to we're fucking Indiana. Like we can be some dudes out there.
Mm-hmm.
And but he'll do. It's the standard he holds his team to, and his players and coaches and his staff. So yeah, it's a cool deal.
That's awesome. I mean, yeah, like that Friday night game, Notre Dame Stadium, like college football playoff, first fucking 8-teamer. Was that the coolest environment you ever played in?
Yeah. So I went to a camp at Notre Dame my sophomore year of high school, but no one was on campus. It was in the summer. No one was on campus. And we showed up there, man, and it was like, it was crazy. We walk out and so it was really cool. And this is a point where I took everything in. Like as a captain, you're standing there on the 50-yard line. Your boys are running out. They're running out. They're running out too. Here come the Irish. And I'm sitting there like the whole stadium's dark, lighting up green. I'm like, here we go. We're about to go into fucking battle, man.
Yeah, that's fucking sick. And I think that's a feeling that you probably knew in the moment. You're never
100%. And I did that every game. So every game after we came back from the Northwestern, so from Nebraska on, every game was sold out. So we would walk out on the 50-yard line, man, and like I would tell Carp and Justice, the other 2 captains, like, we built this shit, boys. And people would be waving their towels, and I'd be like, wow. Yeah. Because coming from, sophomore, junior year, like no one was in the stands.
No, and listen, like I could speak to it to a degree here, being from Chicago and the Midwest, and so many people I know that went to IU. It was known as a school. You go to the tailgate, you don't go to the game.
100%.
That's what the kind of school Indiana was. Great tailgate, bad game.
Yep.
Non-existent game.
Oh no.
Didn't even think of go to.
No.
There was no thought.
No.
There was no there was no free tickets. Like, yeah, why not?
And at some points, I wanted to leave the game and go tailgate. We'd be down 30 to Rutgers at home. I'd say I'm out. I wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
That's
pretty fucking sick to be a captain of the team that could really feel like you built. You must really feel like you left your mark there.
Oh man. Yeah. And
that's
just
sweet.
Going back, like I went back for the spring game and like it was so cool. Like everyone, it's just like, even when I go out, everyone's just coming up to me, like, just thanking me for what I did for their senior year.
Yeah.
And, like, thank you for making this team. I'm like, I had a little part of it, but, like, it's cool to see people, like, recognize, what you did for that school.
Yeah, no, it does matter.
Yeah.
Like, it does matter. There are people all over the country who could go to their university for 4 years and they live through a downwards patch, like if you went to Michigan during like the Rich Rod or the Brady Hoke years, like that sucks, like, but if you go during the Harbaugh years, like you had some legitimate memories that you'll never forget.
Yeah.
So like the ups and downs of the programs matter.
Yeah.
So that's pretty sick that you gave those kids that.
It is. Yeah. It's cool.
That's a cool feeling.
Yeah.
Then how did this come about? Where did you meet Dave?
Yeah. So I'll take you back. So I graduated my undergrad in criminal justice back in December of 22. And then I knew I was going to take my 5th year and I was going to go to the NFL. So I did a non-degree seeking undergrad, which is just freshman electives. Took a year of that, declared for the draft. They brought me back. I was too late to apply to any grad school. So I do another year, and I had no idea what I wanted to do in life. I knew it was either football or, I don't know, I was going to be not a cop, but I don't know, do something in criminal justice.
Sure.
So Big Ten Media Day this past year, July, we go to Lucas Oil and people are cameras in front of you. You're talking in mics. You're doing so many interviews, things like that. And like the whole day, like I would do an interview. People would come up to me, be like, dude, you like are like natural in front of a mic. Like maybe you should look into doing broadcasting or something like that. I was like, okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. I go and do the big panel on top of like in the Big Ten set. And the girl that's doing the interview, she starts out by saying like, so I told her I did ballet, gymnastics, and figure skating when I was a kid. And she was like, all right, I won't say it. Aired it out in front of live. And I was like, and so I just ran with it and made it funny. And she came up to me. She's like, you should do this. Like, you are just like funny. You're charismatic. I was like, okay.
Wait, did you actually do that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so I went home and like, there was really good, it got well received on the internet. Like people were loving me. Like, and I was like, maybe like this is something I'd like to do. Like I love talking sports. I love making people laugh. I love doing all those things. And then as the season went on and as we were doing well, like there was a lot more media, a lot more people wanted to talk to us and they would always send me. And it was just like, I don't know, so natural for me. And then after about 2 weeks before the season ended, 3 weeks, I was like, I don't want to play in the NFL. I don't want to. It's just, I made the decision for me, and I tell everyone, like, I didn't want to make the decision for the satisfaction of other people. Like, I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And yeah, maybe some people were upset that I didn't, oh, you're missing out on, why wouldn't you want to go to the NFL, do millions and millions of dollars, but you're going to go do something else? I'm like, yeah, like I genuinely don't want to go play in the NFL. Like it was just, my body was beat up. My mental health was not good. Not as bad as 2021, but
yeah, well, that's when you learned about mental health.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you could like diagnose yourself a little bit at that point.
Exactly. So yeah, it got to the point where I just said, you know what? I drew a line in the sand. I said, I don't want to play.
You had some like steam to be actually drafted.
Yeah,
this time
I was
around,
an
right?
all conference center.
Uh-huh.
Third team all conference. I've never been all conference playing guard, and then I moved to center and I was all conference. People were putting me in like the 6-7 undrafted pool, and I was like, yeah, obviously if I was going to be a first, second, third, fourth rounder, I would have gone. I would have.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, but then so how undrafted works? You go to a rookie mini camp. You have to not get cut from there, and then you have to go through another mini camp, not get cut from there, and then you have to go to training camp and not get cut and somehow make the 53-man roster.
Yeah, and then there's practice squad. And
exactly.
Then
And I mean, practice squad makes really good money.
Sure, yeah.
But it's
no,
like
not knocking practice squad, but it's a
you're
fickle
getting your
life.
ass beat. You're getting your ass beat every day for 17 weeks.
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty.
Exactly. And so I knew I either wanted to do. So I got really close with Stanford Steve. When game day came to IU, we just got in touch and we just kept in touch. And I was like, hey, is there any openings? I just maybe shadow Pat McAfee or do something with ESPN. And I was like, they were like, Steve was like, we have to wait till after the draft and things like that. And I was like, okay. So then Anthony Leal, who was on the IU men's basketball team. So Dave went to Hoosier Hysteria when you guys came for the Big Ten show. And Dave met all the basketball team, and Anthony got his number. Anthony was like, "Oh, dude," I was like, "I would love to work at Barstool as well." Like, and Anthony hit him up, and Dave was like, "Yeah, have him email me." I emailed him. I sent him 3 videos of me like on media days and in front of cameras and showing my, how I am in front of cameras and media. And he was like, "Yeah. Let's do it." He said he loved, like the super fresh ex-athlete, still into like the thing, into the role of things with college athletics. and it just worked out. And I'm so close to Chicago, like Indiana was close to Chicago, and yeah, I just started here in March, and it was
against the grain of everyone telling you you're an idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, that's good.
Yeah,
that's awesome that it worked out that way. Because I think initially, were you hired around the same time as Gruden?
Yeah, maybe a month apart or so.
Month apart or something like that. Yeah, because I remember that, like your first time in the office. I was here too, and he was doing a bunch of football shit.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man. That's really cool.
Yeah.
How do you like it so far? Has there been any part of you being like wondering if you would have kept going?
There's always going to be a little sliver, a tiny sliver that's like, oh, what if I would have trained? What if I would have put my name in the draft? But then again, it's like, this job, so many people would die to have this job, and I'm so grateful that Dave gave me an opportunity. Mm-hmm. And it's just hard right now. Like, I love it so far, but it's hard right now because I came in during March Madness. I'm not a basketball guy.
Yeah.
It's a weird time in the year, and Dave said that too. He's like, you're coming in a weird time. Like, it's not football season, so it's kind of been on me to like turn on my creative side of my brain and like really see what people like and start trying to build a following. And then like me breaking down film, like a lot of people like don't really realize, like they just think O-linemen are just big fat idiots, but like there's a lot that goes into being an O-lineman, especially a center. And so I think a lot of people like to see what goes through my head pre and post snap. So I've been doing a lot of that. And then me and Blutman are starting this series coming up.
Can you say more about it or no?
I mean, I think so. We're pretty much traveling around to different schools that we have connections to, and we're gonna, meet with players, coaches, tour facilities, do activities, things like that on campus. And then hopefully I do a lot more, come season. Maybe, people, I don't know yet. I'm still, I don't have a show. I don't have things like that, but maybe I could start my own thing for football season. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the beauty, and can sometimes be a curse for people with Barstool. The beauty is like you're given a blank page every day, and it's up to you to write something down with it.
Exactly.
Sometimes people need more structure, and that sometimes people don't work out with that. But dude, just keep fucking trying shit, and sooner or later, like if you get something that sticks, then you got it.
Exactly.
So, I'm excited to see it though. That's awesome. This was it was fun to sit down with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved it, man.
Who is the toughest guy you've ever had to block?
Mason Graham.
Yeah,
dude, like
he's a motherfucker. Huh?
It's just he's not so much like a physical dominance. Like it's just he's so like, how I explain it is like he was born to be a D lineman.
Yeah, like
some people like Tom Brady born to be a quarterback. Like it's just things like that. Like he's so natural. And he has so many good tendencies, and he picks up on the offensive line and what they want to do, and like he just uses all that to his strength. And he's on. I could go on and on about him.
He's a smart D lineman. Huh?
Oh yeah,
because usually just put the bruisers over there.
Exactly. He knows how to play the position. Yeah. He knows how to beat you. He knows how to use your weaknesses against you. And then there's this guy from Rutgers. His name was Michael Dumfour. He was probably 5'10", 270. Like not a big guy, but he would get on all fours in like cocked stance, and he would fire out and get under you immediately. And I think we went through 4 guards that game. No one could block him.
Really?
Like we tried 4 different guards and no one could block him.
Did he get a look anywhere? Did he get drafted?
Yeah, I think he did a practice squad or some undrafted. But it's just that's another like example. If he was 5 inches taller, he'd be an all-pro.
Yeah,
like it's just
top 10 pick.
It's crazy.
Yeah, interesting. Anything else we didn't get to, Lance? Anything you're particularly interested in?
No, I think we covered a lot. Also, a guy who went to Pitt right behind you, Mike Ditka.
Mike Ditka,
yes. I don't know why we didn't say that.
That was dumb on my part. I just think too modern. But yeah, Pitt's crazy.
It is.
There's like a full list of players.
Yeah.
I think Jimbo Covert went there too,
Yep.
right? Yep.
Yeah, they're Hall of Famers Mike Ditka, Tony Dorsett, Franco Harris, Russ Grimm, Bill Fralick, Jimbo Covert, Kerner Martin, Dan Marino, Jerome Bettis, and Darrell Revis.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It's crazy.
Revis, that's like more than like Bama and some of these big schools.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on Bama, but I'm pretty sure I saw like there's some schools you'd be shocked.
Oh yeah,
that like Pitt has more than.
It's crazy.
Dude, this is a blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Fun to chop it up with you. We'll do it again soon, and look out for that. What's your socials and everything so everyone could follow?
Yeah, so at Mike.Katic on Instagram, at Katic Michael on Twitter, at Mike Katic on TikTok. I post a lot of film breakdowns and
Keep doing that. I like that shit. There's always
it gives a lot of people, like, no one really cares about what offensive linemen think, like, but it's pretty detailed. And the one I did with Mason Graham, I broke that down, like what goes through my head against him and what he's probably thinking. But yeah, it's some cool stuff on there, and it gives a lot of fans out there a perspective that no one really thinks about too often. So.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you what, we do the Stretch podcast. It's all Chicago sports, and we've been having some offensive line problems. I think Caleb got sacked the third most in NFL history.
You guys had a really good offseason, though.
We did, yeah. So I'm excited. Dahlman, Tooney.
Tooney's an unbelievable player.
Jackson, yeah. So, like, hopefully this shores it up, and we don't have to call you in and be like, Mike, what the fuck is going on?
If you need me, I'll break it all down. I will.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right, everyone. That's it for today. That's it for this week. We will see you all on Tuesday.